Hi there! We're getting some good suggestions in the comments of our last video for future tests that will help to further determine what we'll be covering in this video. And we're excited to try out some of those suggestions the next time we get out to the water. But in the meantime, we want to go over some footage from a video we made last December, which, in our opinion, shows that Inferior Mirage not only obscures the boats bottom up as they move away from the viewer, but also displaces the light from the boats so that they appear lower in the field of view than they actually are. For each of these observations, the center of the camera lens was placed at 1.5 inches above the surface. Here is an approximate scale in inches of the RC boat we will be observing. As a reminder, the opposite bank across this body of water is approximately 1,000 feet from the observer, so there can be no obstruction due to curvature claimed from this viewing height at this distance. First, we'll look at December 4th, when the air and water temperatures were both right at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The conditions were just right on this day to give us one of the clearest views of the opposite bank we've seen yet. Here is the boat around 300 feet from the observer. This day pretty much aligns with what you would expect to see across a level plain surface. That makes sense because the air and water temperatures were nearly identical, so the light in the distance arriving to the observer didn't seem to be drastically displaced. As the boat got out to around 700 feet from the camera, it appeared a bit compressed, but you could still see the boat in full, as well as the water beyond, leading to the opposite bank. Next, we'll look at December 2nd. The air temperature was around 43 degrees Fahrenheit, while the water temperature was about 47 degrees Fahrenheit. On this day, the boat disappeared bottom up as it moved away into an inferior mirage. Here's the boat about 700 feet from the camera. The top of the flag is the only thing visible, and we have to raise the viewing height to receive the light from the bottom of the boat. Now we'll look at some features of the opposite bank and compare them from each day.
The top of the view each day aligns fairly well, but by the third line down, we start to see the objects appearing lower in the right image, the day with inferior mirage, than in the left image, the day without inferior mirage, when the air and water were the same temperature.
The tip of this rock appears to be touching the fourth line down in the left image, but in the right image, it appears to be nearly touching the fifth line, which is approximately where the mirror line appears. In the right image, the top of the flag on the boat, which again is 6 inches above the water, appears at what would be in the water on the left image. Here's a look at the boats at approximately 700 feet from the observer each day. Here are some observations from back in July of 2022, when we placed a few objects at the opposite bank, with each object's base being around 6 to 8 inches above the water's surface. And with the inferior mirage present, the objects appeared to be mirroring near their base. More to come soon. Thanks for watching!